What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Friday. It is a finally football Friday. We have actual high school games this weekend kicking off tonight. A ton of them going on. This is August 23rd, 2024, by the way. We're going to talk, let's see. First off, just had a beef stick. What's this called? Seasoned and smoked beef stick smoke show from Larissa's Kitchen. Recommend it. So anyway, we're talking fall camp battles today, but we will be live Friday today, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be on Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on the YouTubes. So check us out. If you want to recommend us to a friend, that'd be awesome. But anyways, let's get into this. We're talking fall camp questions. We got some remaining issues that we need to talk about. Let's start off with the quarterbacks, though. The QB1 battle is done and over. Will Howard is your QB1, in case you missed the news. But the QB2 battle, this battle for the backup, is going to be very interesting because this is not locked up by Devin Brown. I know he's been there the longest. He's been in the offense for 3 years now. But once the games begin next week, game week is starting on Sunday. So the battle for the backup, it usually takes a back seat because you have to get the backup ready to play as well week one. So the Buckeyes do have a better quarterback situation heading into 2024 than they did in 2023. Devin Brown, of course, has the upside athletically, a mobile, big arm. So he knows the offense better than anybody else on the team, really, I would imagine, other than Will Howard, maybe. But Lincoln Keenholz, he's been on campus for over a year now, about 15 months. So he has a ton of athletic potential, the basketball player, baseball player, did it all in South Dakota, but this is a different level, man. And he probably is still getting comfortable with the offense. Then you got the two true freshmen, Julian Sand and Aaron Nolan. These guys, are really green. Sand seems to have a better grasp and maybe the better arm and quicker release of the two. But the present is solid. The future is very bright. So we'll see how Devin and Julian battle this for this QB2 position. I don't know if Lincoln is even in it. Ryan Day has not mentioned his name in the QB2 competition at all. So unfortunately, he might be the odd man out there. Some other question marks here on the offense. Well, more than I prefer, actually, is right guard. Right guard is the only starting position that's up for grabs on the O-line. It's good to have three solid options, though, for this spot. You got Carson Hinsman, Tegra Shabola, and Luke Montgomery. They have all repped with the ones throughout spring, summer, and fall. But the drama at right guard continues. Carson Hinsman, he missed the most practice time this fall. They had that weird stomach bug going through the offensive line group, which is weird. Tegra didn't get affected. He must have the antibodies. But anyway, this loss of practice time for Hinsman might have cost him that competition at right guard. The good news here is that Tegra Shabola has also stepped up and showed up. He improved on his consistency. Tegra's gotten the most out of this fall camp for sure. Hinsman does have more starting experience. He started 12 games last year, but that was at center, not at right guard. So Tegra needs to finish strong here as camp winds down and we get into week one game prep. But if they're even, the coaches will probably side with the experienced starter in Hinsman. If they're even, I don't know. Tegra, I like Tegra better personally. I think he's a more athletic guard than Hinsman. Hinsman, I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see if these guys are even. Tight end is another one. This position group has a lot of question marks, honestly, and I'm not happy about it. We got G. Scott Jr., Will Kazmarek, the transfer, and then Jelani Thurman. Again, looking for that consistency out of Jelani. Ryan Day's talked about it. Keenan Bailey has talked about it. Jelani himself has talked about it. So this position is totally unproven and very little experience on it. Kazmarek might be your tight end one, but he's making the jump up from the MAC level competition, you know. G. Scott Jr. might have what it takes to be the tight end one, but he's never taken that lead role and had to take on all those snaps, you know. And I mean, you're talking to be the first tight end in there, you're going to have to play 600 snaps like Cade Stover did. That's a lot, maybe even more in a 16 game season. So they need to have at least two, preferably three or four. And then Jelani Thurman, he has all the physical tools you would want, but is he ready in year two? Again, he talked about the consistency. You know, he's got to bring it every day. He has to know what he's supposed to do, why he's supposed to do it, and then go out and do it. You know, so G. Scott and Will Kazmarek, I think are your top two clear cut. They've been with the ones throughout fall camp. So again, if Jelani can show that consistency and it continues through camp and into this week one prep, you're going to see Jelani out there. I think you're going to see him eventually. It's just at what point in the game will they be okay playing him early? You know, because he is a huge matchup nightmare for a defense at 6'6", 260. I mean, no thanks. Guy that can run, jump. He's got like a wingspan of insanity. But next up is the safety depth. Really, the only concern on defense is safety depth. Ohio State has the best secondary in the country. BIA is back, baby. And you got your three starting corners, plus Caleb Downs and Lathan Ransom behind them at safety. You got Malik Hartford. He was one of the top high school safeties in the country a year ago. Jalen McClain, he showed flashes in spring and fall camp. So can McClain play well enough to push Hartford to strong safety? You know, Jim Knowles mentioned that McClain and Hartford are the top two guys behind Caleb Downs and Lathan Ransom. So is Hartford your first guy in if one of those guys comes off the field? Most likely, I would say yes, just because of the experience. Then you got Jaden Bonsu. He's been running with the twos behind Ransom at the strong safety. Bonsu's the little bit bigger one, the hitter, you know, more physical guy. So it makes sense he's at strong safety. Now, they're going to have to figure this out. We're probably going to see the depth week one against Akron. So is it going to be McClain and Hartford both coming in for Downs and Ransom? I think it has to be. We'll see with Bonsu, though. Bonsu is a second-year guy. That should be noted, whereas McClain is a first-year guy, true freshman. But so those are the big question marks. The QB2 battle going to continue through the season, probably. Who knows if that will ever fluctuate or change. Right guard, we need something positive there. I'm leaning Tegra personally. And then your tight ends. Who's your tight end one versus tight end two? They will run a lot of 12 personnel with two tight ends. So is it G first, then Kazmarek, or vice versa? And let's see Jelani out there, you know, making some plays. And then, of course, the safety depth. Hartford's probably your first guy in, but then who comes in after him? So those are my question marks for the remainder of fall camp as it winds down and getting into the beginning of week one, really starting soon. So I got for you today. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps. It helps other Buckeye fans find the content and the channel. So, and again, we will be live 4:30 p.m. Eastern today. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.